as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Right to the air is Carr. He completes it to Olave. Down to the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lot.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. Touchdown! Jalen Reagor, 50 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second down, Cousins. Rifles one, it's going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
Now, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a play fake. Carr. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a good call there. That brings up 4th.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Able to slither by. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Cousins on 3rd and 2.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's Madison running on first down. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Vikings at 1-8 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And you look at the Saints defense.
This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Look at the big man rumble. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 26. 23 yards on the play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
First down. Here's Cousins. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Madison will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they were able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Carr now on first down. Little short pass here to Hill, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Carr. Olave holds it in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Carr now on first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, this had trouble running all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points.
But
and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Isaiah Foskey there on the tackle.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they dominate here. That makes our score 20-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. To throw, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now Carr shifting his guys around a bit.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Carr now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Williams will score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
You think back to 2022 with Detroit, Jamal Williams just unstoppable down near the goal line. 17 rushing touchdowns, 13 of those were from 2 yards or less. He's just an absolute battering ram down in this part of the field, and he finishes off another drive in the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us, or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway, but a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6.
Another carry now for Madison. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing, Cousins.
This goes out wide from Madison.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Maintain that mental toughness. Let's go. Don't let him rush. Come on, guys. Let's make a play here.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. To throw is Cousins.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Cousins.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He'll fire deep for Rager. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. On 1st down, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
We'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On play action, now Carr. He'll buy some time right.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give you a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From midfield, here's Carr.
Oh, he had a man running free, but overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Oh, the return is Osborne.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Cousins to throw it. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll go Madison up the middle. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Throwing is Cousins. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Cousins. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Cousins now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. That is caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
To throw his Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara from 17 yards out. And the Saints have moved out in front. Lutz good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
The last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 18-yard line.
And this is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The slot man in motion right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Madison. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Cousins. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
Now a give to Madison. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
That was a huge play on 3rd down. So now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Touchdown, Vikings! Alexander Madison from 3 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Carr. He's got his target. That's complete. They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Carr.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Carr to throw. Touchdown, Saints. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jalen Reagor,
his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Again, it's Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Now Carr. It's complete. Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Throwing his Carr.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off.
And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes. And that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Murphy said all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And he stopped immediately there.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
We got this.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10.
Here's Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9.
Cousins to throw. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here's 1st and 10. Carr to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Here comes 2nd down. Carr.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's Carr.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions, giving them nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration, but now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. He's got his target. It's Olave.
Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
One final try now for Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
What a thrilling 4th quarter this one was. Well, at least, I guess, if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having to lead up to 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a 1-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So for Minnesota, it's a 2nd win on the year now as they move to 2-8. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6.
We got London on the